The Silent Hill trilogy has always had a special place in my heart, with its setting, atmosphere, and many other aspects. SH2 of course is the king of it, being my favorite in the franchise, and kind of finding SH3 better than SH1 in my opinion. I still love SH1 though, Harry's a real one. I'll put a review of it later. I do have most of the footage for SH3 in stream, while you know, the game just crashed on me.
Honestly, this game is also my favorite, to be honest. Like,
so I had to replay the final boss and got my ending. It's a great game, and I immediately want to play the SH4, The Room. I was always planning to play this game, but the fact it took 9 months to do this is kind of hilarious to me, I won't lie. But every time I always talk about this game, everybody just hates it with a dear passion. And I really just can never see the reason for this.
I am not much of a fan of the games that followed. The best part of Silent Hill 4 was the trailer for it. It's a mess of a game. It feels like half a Silent Hill game, and therefore half of a good game. It feels like it was made by people who didn't want to make a Silent Hill game, or just didn't enjoy making it, or didn't know what to do. I played it once, 1.5 times, and I just don't like it very much, gameplay or story, though it does have some good maps and good horror moments. It gets a pass, and that's more than I can say for the rest.
It's such a 50-50 situation if either you like it or not, which I guess I understand. Finishing it and beating it yesterday, I gotta say, it's probably the most underrated and overhated too? And how's that, you may ask? I got you, let's stop on this. The Silent Hill franchise has always had a good job of having the presentation on lock when it goes to its opening, and they were packing that heat on the SH4. It's the most darkest as it can be, which is just why I respect for it throughout the rest of the game. It is my second favorite of the rest of the franchise. I'll talk a little bit more about the soundtrack, but this is a certified banger. The title screen oozes with character, the stream creating this desolated vibe. Building this game up, you notice how we're not in Silent Hill. We're into a specific room. While other people don't like this change, I sorta really enjoy it. This allows Team Silent to be a lot more creative and experimental, creating some unique scenarios, especially with its ambience. One of the best things I loved about SH4 is how much it perfectly captures the feeling of isolation. With its silence, looking around through the windows, and once you genuinely see something is off, a little inch of music pinches. These are the holes you're gonna get used to. They're all spread and far between, to get you in another location or in the same room. The room is more of your save room, like Resident Evil. For now. The first location is a subway world, and the first half is completely fine. It gets all the checks done. Exploring through the world, you see Cynthia.
Who are you? What's your name?
Henry. And you?
This is my dream, and you don't even know my name. It's Cynthia.
Your dream.
That's right. This is just a dream. And a really terrible one, too.
How Cynthia presents herself has always been alright to me, but we can tell who she really
You
is.
help me find it? I'm kinda scared all alone. I'll do a special favor.
Really giving Maria some cash, aren't we? The next time you meet her, she wants to puke.
I think I'm gonna puke.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
As the Chad Henry himself just stays on put. We're finally get to our first introduction of how the enemies are, which I do rock with this cutscene how they firstly introduce them. Which I do like it, but at the same time, yeah, they're probably the most annoying things in the entire game. Even if you weave or dodge a little bit, they give me some things a few times. Even if I try to fight them, I pretty much just run and call it a day. Like what Cynthia said, we're in some sort of dream. But we're kind of confused of why that's the case. And most occurrences that happens in this can easily reflect on what the room is doing for you. Like, you know, a random gun under here. Something that I almost forgot to mention is there is another character that's being pushed back from the side. Her name is Eileen Galvin, your next door neighbor, which I kinda understand why this would be a little bit awkward, but you can peep through the hole and see what she's doing, and it changes via outcome, for most things. I'll talk about her in the future though. Sometimes it's very mandatory to go to your room, and I always love how it has different interactions, which makes the room a lot more interesting. It doesn't seem much from the start, but once you progress more throughout the game, it really shows its true colors. Hitting up with the other world as well, there's now a statue in the female's bathroom. It's a coin that'll take you to Lynn Street, which they follow up on. The ghosts. They're okay so far. Once you go to that subway train, that's when they really start to make you anxious. Cynthia begs for help. And when you're into the opposite side, with this nasty, otherworldly vibe, you suddenly hear something.
Henry, I found the exit. Come to the turnstile. Henry, I found the exit. Come to the turnstile. Hurry! Hurry!
And it's a familiar voice. Once you realize upon that escalator, this sudden hits of makeup. Oh shit.
Are you okay?
It's just a dream, right? I think I drank too much last night.
Already to the beginning hours, you're seeing the gruesome moments of this game. It's sad yet beautiful. And you feel bad for her because you just met her. It left me in utter shock. It deadass gave me that same feeling for that Megalodine from Silent Hill 2 with the elevator. And for Harry Mason's death. With the Kiriyama Oka hitting you in the feels. Damn, bro! Room of an Angel is probably my favorite song throughout the entire game. This song just feels like a lullaby that's on its last dying breath, with all the good memories flooding in. It creates a sense of loss and tragedy. Well, I want to know more about her. This sudden shift, well put. This is not over yet. It's only just the beginning.
Damn, she's got numbers carved into her chest. I wonder if...
Help me! Help! Let me out of here!
There's something going on in this room.
What do you mean?
I heard weird noises coming from inside there.
Help!
Hey, Richard, can you see anything from your window?
No. Everything looks pretty normal to me. The guy who lives here, what's he like anyway?
I know his name and face, but that's about it.
Well, I'm gonna go call the super.
Yeah, good idea.
Richard Braintree is your second next door neighbor. He's pushed from the side, but he'll show up a lot more apparent than you think. Second location is the Forest World, and this is where the story really expands on his lore and origins of how it became to be. It starts off pretty straightforward of you seeing a green car chilling out in the middle of nowhere. The car owner's name is Jasper Geen. He wanted to visit Silent Hill sometime and meet the devil. Interesting. I wonder what kind of person he...
Kinda gives you the chills, huh?
I had to, I'm sorry, y'all. This is him. He talks more of what's around this area, saying the stone next to us is where you can talk to your dead ancestors. And it is called a Nakihona, or the Mother Stone. And Jasper claims he found it first, over to the so-called nosy guy. Even bringing up the orphanage house was not far from here, which the environment around it is like a little house playground with all the drawings, with unfortunate graves though. We explore more until you see this little kid.
Hey, little boy, what are you doing here?
You're finally the third revelation. Something's gonna happen.
Shut your bitch ass!
That nosy guy that was here, he said it too. Something big is gonna happen. Finally, it's gonna happen!
Run, nigga, run!
See, as a black man myself, I probably would have. Nothing really much is here, except for a coffin with numbers similar to Cynthia. You see my dog Eustace. He's really thirsty and just wants some chocolate milk. I won't lie, I was stuck for here for a little bit some time, cause I don't know how the hell I'll find that. Until I realized, I went to the room again, went to the refrigerator, and saw it there. This was low-key kinda cool. It's simple in nature, but it's one of the only ways to solve these puzzles, rather than riddles. Thank God. He gives you a shovel. Why do you need that, we may ask? It's because you have to dig that.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
What's underneath it is a rusty, bloody key. Another cool thing about it is that the game will actively put you on loop. It took me 2 tries to even notice this. It's not a clever thing to do, like going to your own crib and put it to the chest. Then you go to the orphanage house and get the key from there. While poor unfortunate Eileen is fighting for her life. Finally unlock the door to the orphanage house. Sliding into this door, there's an unfortunate markings of the cult.
I finally met him! The one the nosy guy talked about! The devil!
I mean, the hints were there, so... It is the most unsettling one yet. Shout out to Eustace though, he was a real one.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap!
Superintendent! Are you in there, Henry?
Help me! There's something wrong with this room! Help! Let me out of here!
Is anybody home?
What's going on here?
Frank Sunderland. Unironically enough, this is also Jane's father. I would say he's the one that's pretty much in charge with the apartment.
That's strange. That's the right key. I'm sure I heard something in there. Yeah. That sound. It's the same one as back then.
This a certain part of the game where something seems off. Richard is over here arguing with someone that we don't know about, and I like they don't show it so far. It's really Eileen where she straight up loses it. I'll keep it a buck, the way how she was looking, I thought it was a whole fourth wall break. Well, it is definitely strange. When she ran away like that, I've always thought that Richard and her were somewhat connected, relatively as him being the father, but I know I'm definitely wrong for that. The prison world is our next area. Feeling like it's been abandoned for a long period of time, which I do appreciate its attention to detail. The enemies look a lot more menacing. The twins do steal it from me, but two heads clinging to each other is kinda something else. This ain't no ordinary prison. Yeah, they do serve in crime and punishment, but also children being abused.
Oh, hell no!
And it gets a lot more worse. They have a whole death chamber behind a kitchen that took meat right off of dead people and cook it. Straight up cannibalism. Oh my gosh. I swear this gave me some straight flashbacks from Resident Evil 7. There are shadows around and they always feel like they're being watched. The utter silence of you wandering around, while you really only find the memos of how messed up this place is, really amplifies the tension. That is what I've always seen Silent Hill is just best for. Imagining how it's like through its prime, and it's you of using your own imagination to see how it is. One of the few people that abuse the children here is none other than Andrew DeSalvo, locked in a whole cell. We gotta free him, unfortunately. Jumping downhill in one of the holes for the third floor lands you into the shower room. There's a ladder that piques your interest. Go to the top of the floor and turn the handle once.
Make me stay in there. God, jeez. Come on, let me out of here. So I didn't die in here. Make me stay in there, Walter. I'm telling you, stay down. Walk away.
He explains that this kid is indeed Walter Sullivan. Just how Jesper was talking about with the whole religious cult, it was even getting closer to prison as well. Straight up down for it.
Tried to make it seem like an orphanage, but according to that town's holy scriptures, it was actually the center of their religion. And that kid Walter, he was really into that mumbo jumbo.
The last step is to match all 3 beds that are covered in blood. 3rd floor we go again to see how this man got down.
Ouch! Damn it. Where the hell am I?
This is one of the rare few times that we have one of the neighbors collide with this other world. This must mean that Richard is also part of the Walter Sullivan case, or nearly anybody that's around this apartment. I do enjoy he's well informed and being self-aware.
Apartment building. That must explain what happened to that other guy, too.
What other guy?
The guy who lived in 302 before you. A journalist. He disappeared one day. He got pretty crazy towards the end. Shut himself up in his room and wouldn't come out.
At first, I thought it was almost off that if he knew from the innocent right through his window, why couldn't he give any warnings to other people? he did for the law enforcements. They could have gave at least Henry some sort of warning of what unusual stuff is around that room. But I get it, it is unpredictable. You know what, I'ma say it. Despite all the enemies being okay at best, despite some chimpanzees looking like a whole Funky Kong rapper trying to rap, it really has the most interesting places with its beautiful score of its atmosphere. Immense color of giving you this sense of immediate danger. Oh, and by the way, did y'all know that Frank? Yes, that Frank has an unbiblical cortex.
Well, anyway, I just slipped a note under his door. Don't worry about it too much. There are a lot of strange things in this world. The umbilical cord I keep in a box in my room. Lately, it's started to smell terrible.
Huh? Umbilical cord?
Oh, well, I forget I said anything.
Totally no foreshadowing though, of course, you know. This is where Richard really puts everything into line and does everything what it takes to what the hell is going on around here, seeing if the kid is involved.
You live in that apartment too, huh? Say, you look a lot like a little punk that I once caught sneaking around there. Do you know something about what's going on? Hey, you, stop!
It's really worrisome. Him attempting a whole child murder, you almost kind of feel bad for the kid. And since we're in the elevator, it's nothing we can really do. All you gotta do is really just pray for him. Getting a required number of items is more simpler here, with a nice bar that looks awfully familiar, making you pretty much do the outside area again, but this time using it with a whole phone number. Getting into the right code, going snake eater style, we open the door and... our next victim. What's more interesting about this is despite of how he got killed, Walter disappears into the unknown, leaving with many questions in our mind of where he is. Well, we just gotta figure out later on. Alright, so for this part, I won't talk about it so much, but there's just one key detail that I kind of just love, just the very, very most. This scene, the way how they present him, they don't really show you his face. The camera angle is just keeping him hidden. It's just always something that's kind of activates my monkey brain. He's just sitting there just chilling, acting like nothing happened, holding a whole doll.
A long, long time ago. She was younger than me back then. She looked so happy, holding her mother's hand. Here. I'll give it to you.
I guess I'm just gonna keep it for now, I know.
Why? Why?
What I'll say for this part of the game is more of the calm before the storm, picking up some pieces to make it a lot more tragic. It's loud, ominous, yet subtle touches with the world, showing us what's really going on in our rooms. Eileen's the opposite of this door, which damn well from that knock, you already know she's going to be.
Hey, kid. Thanks. Did you find your mommy? This place, it's dangerous. You need to hurry. Get out of here.
There's no hope, it feels like it's never ending. Loss after loss, showing the pain in Henry's perspective, and us the viewer as well. Is this really the end of her fate? Or will do something to fight it back? It's another great heart-wrenching moment.
So they took the victim to St. Jerome's, huh?
Yeah, she's not gonna make it. She had numbers in her back, too. Walter Sullivan copycat. Round 3, huh?
Well, they never got the scumbag behind round 2 a few years back. Maybe it's the same guy.
What if 1, 2, and 3? What if they're all the same guy?
What the hell are you talking about? You know Sullivan killed himself. The weird thing is, there were no clues. Crime scenes were always spotless. No fingerprints, no fibers, nothing. Just the numbers, 20121. I've been a cop for a long time, but I never seen a case like this one. It's almost like they were killed by a ghost or something.
This is where the tone of the game suddenly shifts. You hear ambulances, the weather is darker and bleaker. There's a talisman near your door. They lock something beneath this wall. Your 4 black cards actually have a use this time, unlocking a secret hole. This will take us to the hospital world, finding more of its whereabouts with this nasty, unapologetic scene. Next couple rooms, we see a little x-ray of Eileen. But it's not over yet. Since we see her bag, we see her being okay.
Eileen, relax!
Henry? From next door?
I know I glaze a lot of Konami cinematography. It's just they're just so unique, with some genuine voice acting.
I saw people getting killed. All these weird other worlds. And I saw you get attacked too.
What are you talking about? I'm supposed to believe that?
But it's true. And there was a kid with you.
I remember now. I was getting ready to go to my friend's party. The boy protected me from the man with the coat. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I guess there's something wrong with me. I just feel so scared. This place. Where is it anyway?
I don't know either.
While Henry is an awkward character, he's willing to sacrifice what he needs to do to save other people. It's a 9 change of pace of his character. Even if he does go back to his room, she's still not there.
Oh, Henry.
Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah? And I didn't see any hole either. You just disappeared all of a sudden.
So they have no other choice but go down to the abyss. But before we can go down there,
Bro, how the hell did she not react?
alright, for real, this time, you do have to protect her. So that means the number of ammos I rarely use is now put into use. This is where the second half truly begins. It starts off pretty strong. There's little different alterations, with Cynthia being a ghost. It's where finally in a gameplay perspective, there's real sense of agency. We were always so comfortable going to our rooms with this slowly regenerating our healths. Bye bye to that, because now the room slowly kills you. I'll talk more why in the future, but this is some great stuff. I had to really figure out where I needed to go and use my weapons, tools, and health, and really do help Eileen on through the process, seeing a whole mysterious figure. Oh, that was sudden. After this, everything is just thrown out the window. Once my ass knew, you pretty much have to go through the exact same locations through the different alterations. Not once, but twice. And trust me, it gets real frustrating very fast. Eileen, I love you, but you piss me the hell off. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even mind if it's Henry alone, but bringing Eileen just slows down the pacing, to the point that most of the time for her, I just left her ass. I gotta do what I gotta do. Alright, like, I'm not that much of a narcissistic person, you know, like, I actually care about other people too, so like, a lot of people think I am in IRL, but I don't understand that for real. I recover her multiple times with the candles, that's why I usually heal her, so, yeah, you know, shouts to her for real. You have to lift the torch and just get all the dull requirements and put the parts into this. And just because of that, I don't have that much to say about this. Usage is very angry.
Stupid dog!
I never had a problem with the Walter Sullivan scene, showing a real acceptance of where her mother is.
Left South Ashfield Heights right after I was born. But soon I'll get to see my mom.
Do you know where she is now?
Yeah, of course. Right where I was born. Lots of people tried to stop me, but it's fine now. It says in the scriptures that I'll be with her. I gotta hurry. Mom's waiting.
Very wholesome. The other two locations are just a whole lot of nothing. Begs for you to be really irritated. Enemy placements that doesn't make any sense. God. This boss fight exists. Despite all the frustrations, it goes back up on its feet with this dead-ass, cool-ass payoff.
My apartment was actually his birth mother. He decided to free her from the stains and corruption of this world. At the orphanage, he learned of the 21 sacraments to the bosom of his birth has divided him. Now his child self has manifested itself in this world, and soon he's planning to finish his work, the 21 sacraments. Number 20, the Mother Reborn, Eileen Galvin. Number 21, the Receiver of Wisdom, Henry Townsend.
I love the harsh nature they bring to this scene. It's expo dumping done correctly. It really makes Walter Sullivan a genuine threat. While the actions he makes are non-justifiable, it's how he's raised makes his story very sad. Imagine your parents abandoning you, never seeing a glimpse of them. The only thing you remember is really your room. Got taken away from the orphanage house, practicing the rituals. They did report that he was killed. I believe he's revived because of the 21 rituals. This is where the Silent Hill phenomenon puts into place. It all starts in his 302 room, which I don't know if y'all noticed, but obviously this room is affected, of course. That's why I feel like his parents are true antagonists. Well, yes, duh, killing is bad. We have a lot of games that betray this, but just don't really matter at the end, I guess, so whatever. It's one of the rare times for this man himself, it works. The fact that this doll that Ellie and Galvin gave to him when he was homeless, showing a sign of compassion and thinking she's the caregiver as a mother, is very tragic to hear. That's why I always thought Walter Sullivan was always investing or interesting when I see him on screen. We also even get to see who he previously killed through this family. I'm being real, this is probably more of a better Silent Hill phenomenon than a whole girl who got cyberbullying because they didn't treat her very bad.
But her art lives on. Even more followers.
3,004. I don't even have that many subscribers. Jeez.
Me too, kid. And that's sort of my problem for a lot of the modern Silent Hill games. It just seems like as long as you just slap Silent Hill on the wrist, covering a title, then yeah, apparently it is a Silent Hill game. Which if you play one of these games, it really doesn't resemble all that much of it. You can remove it and change nothing about it. You can make a Silent Hill game, and this game proves you don't have to be in the exact same location as it. But similarities combine with each other, makes it Coraline to its own title, which I have full on respect for it. Alright, well I keep glazing on my dude Walter Sullivan. I've always loved Eileen's moment right here, where she just pauses for a little bit, and you're used to her just walking around with you. And I was kind of confused at first, so I went back to the first area, and this goated scene appears.
Eileen?
My head hurts. That boy. He's coming in. His pain. I feel it. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. That boy. He really thinks that room 302 is his mother. Oh, my head! Oh. Oh. God. I've gotta help him.
This is a story told only a game can do, and that's one of the things I respect about the Silent Hill franchise. Her love and care for the kid is really heartfelt. And even if she's injured, she still does what it takes to get him, which I fully commit to this. Next couple of rooms on the block, there is an umbilical cord that Frank Sullivan was mentioning. Grabbing it, acting like it's all sweet and dandy.
I'm going back, Henry Townsend. To the room where Walter Sullivan is. We're the only ones. The only ones who can stop him.
Yo. No. Now I know what you're thinking. Where the hell is she at? Well, she's deep underground, up the abyss. It's where the salvation begins, and it's up to us to stop it. And of course it isn't Team Konami when they be flexing with some cool ass camera angles and my favorite track for Henry pulling out of this shit.
Hey there, little Walter. Just a little longer now.
I love how the only boss in this game is actually the final boss. And while it's not as dope as the other ones in the Silent Hill games, it works for the story alone. It's very gimmicky. You can't just outright kill him. You use spears around the bodies to kill the true Walter. That's you start beating his ass. You better have some good reflexes, cause she don't be wasting no time. into this death machine. This is where everything comes to an end. Eileen is being recovered, while what sucks is our room is messed up. It's all because this doll just ruined my whole damn room. This is the mother ending, and I gotta say, it is so refreshing me to have an ending like this. Because most of my other games for Silent Hill are just well known for bad endings.
Thank you, Daddy. Goodbye.
Yeah, for Silent Hill 2, I kinda lied. I got the in water ending my first playthrough, and I was crying like so damn hard on that. First one, of course, ending abruptly, and then 3 is just really your normal ending, which is good. At least this time, I'm well satisfied for my ending. It's both great on Henry and Lean 2, which grabbed me all the way to this amazing journey. Silent Hill 4 is one of the most underrated games of all time. Yeah, it's got some stingers with the enemies looking hella weird, repeated cycles of locations, also the weapons being weak. It stands on its own merits. When the strong parts of the game hit, they really do hit, with a really captivating story that innovates in the formula rather than deviating it. From way ahead of its time on its concept, it isn't that well fleshed out, but it makes up for what it has to offer. The characters always being menacing and engaging, a villain that's consistently written. One of the rare and few times for a survival horror game where I actually really got into the memos and just read throughout all of it. I want to talk more about it, but I would have made the video a lot more longer, but even then, it's just lore done perfectly for me. It's just my kind of thing. If anything, what I want you for this video to take care of is, don't always believe everything on the internet and just try things for yourself. You might find some hidden pockets of content that will keep you having a really great time. And I ain't gonna act like this game is a whole masterpiece or it's perfect. I already mentioned some of the flaws. Gameplay wise, I don't have that much of an issue with it really. The combat is really best of its abilities. I like the overcharge mechanic where it gives you invincibility for some amount of time. I just kinda wish it was like Silent Hill 3 though, just saying. I really do like the Silent Hill 2 callbacks. They even said Silent Hill 4 is a sequel to Silent Hill 2, and I can sort of see it. Hell, even a Netflix film called Silent Hill 2 Remake is performed for that. And you may never know, they might probably make a remaster, you know, just change certain things, you know what I'm saying? You know, just do that, you know? And look, I might try for the other Silent Hill games, you may never know. I'm trying to see for Shattered Memories, and maybe, just maybe Homecoming afterwards. And I won't lie, when I first saw them a little bit, it didn't look that interesting for me at first. But unlike some people, I actually try out games rather than judging it. But anyways, I was supposed to put a whole video for Silent Hill F, but a lot of people already did it anyways. And so far, I'm pretty excited. I mean, don't worry, I'm not that skeptical now, but it has a clear vision. Oh yes, I'm already groaning to my side that I already see a whole third-person over-the-shoulder camera. The artistic version is really put out to play. There's some passion to it, and I can't wait to see more in the future. But anyways, that's all I gotta say about this W video. Just check it out. Make sure you always be yourself and stay tuned. So see you later. Bye bye.